Do you ever feel like you're living paycheck to paycheck, even though you have a good job? Do you wonder why you can't seem to save any money and get ahead? The truth is, many people have habits that are holding them back financially. These habits may seem small or insignificant, but they can add up over time and prevent you from reaching your financial goals. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 habits that keep people poor. We'll also discuss how you can break these habits and start building wealth. Habit number 1. Ignoring the importance of having a budget. A budget is a plan for how you spend your money each month. It's one of the most important tools to keep you on track financially because it allows you to see how much money you need to cover all your expenses compared to how much you make. Once you subtract your expenses from your income, you can see how much is left over to save, invest, and enjoy. There are a lot of different ways to budget, but the most important thing is to find a system that works for you and stick to it. One popular method is the 50-30-20 rule. This rule says that you should allocate 50% of your income to essential expenses, 30% to discretionary expenses, and 20% to savings and debt repayment. Even if your percentages are different, it's important to make sure you allocate your income in a way that covers your monthly expenses and your non-monthly expenses while still preparing for your future in retirement. As fun as it may be to always have the latest clothes, the newest car, or eat out at all the popular restaurants, all of these things can cause you to overspend and lose sight of what really matters. Similarly, impulse buying can be just as harmful, especially when the price tag is low, so you mentally justify doing it all the time. All those $5, $10, and $20 purchases can add up to hundreds or even thousands of dollars spent per year on things that probably made you happy only for a short time. Having a budget can help you avoid those spending behaviors. Habit number 2. Getting too comfortable with debt. Debt can be a major obstacle to financial success. When you have debt, you're essentially paying interest on money that you don't have, and those interest rates can be quite high. For example, if you had $2,000 of credit card debt at a 16% interest rate that you couldn't pay off, at the end of 1 year, that same $2,000 balance would increase to around $2,320. This makes it much more difficult to save money and reach your financial goals because the interest charges keep adding up. It's important to remember that all debt is not created equal. Some types of debt, such as student loans and mortgages, can be justified to the extent that they help further your career path or give you a place to live. However, it's usually consumer debt from credit cards and personal loans that should be avoided whenever possible. This is because these types of debt typically have high interest rates, making it harder to pay them off. If you have debt, it's important to make a plan to pay it off as quickly as you can. You can do this by creating a budget, making extra payments, and refinancing at a lower interest rate. With every step you take to remove debt from your life, you'll find yourself feeling a lot better about your financial situation. Habit number 3. Increasing your standard of living too quickly. Meet John. John recently got a new job at a tech company that paid him 50% more than he was making at his previous job. He was super excited about this new phase of his career and the financial opportunities it would provide for him and his family. Initially, John was content with his simple lifestyle. He lived in a small apartment, cooked most of his own meals, and drove a modest car. But as his income increased, his spending did too. He decided to take more expensive vacations, move into a more spacious apartment that was closer to work, and take his family out to eat 2 to 3 times per week. For a while, John enjoyed his new lifestyle, and things seemed to be going smoothly. But after some time, he started to feel stressed about his finances. Every time he looked at his checking account, his balance was either the same or lower, despite earning a lot more. That was the moment John realized he became trapped by lifestyle inflation and desperately needed to make a change. He wrote down all of his expenses to see where his money was going, and was shocked to see how much he was spending on unnecessary things. Even worse, he realized that at his current rate of spending, he wouldn't be able to retire until he was 80. Fortunately, he caught this bad habit early and decided to sit down with his wife to create a family budget that would allow them to keep their standard of living in check. John's story is a reminder that lifestyle inflation can happen to anyone. That's why it's so important to remember that if your income increases, your expenses should ideally stay the same. Habit number 4. Ignoring the importance of investing. Investing is one of the best ways to build wealth over time. Rather than earning money for how long you work or the results you deliver, investing puts your money to work for you. Ignoring the benefits of investing could mean the difference of retiring with peace of mind and not being able to retire at all. In fact, here are 3 more negative effects of not investing. 1. The money you currently have will continue losing value over time. 2. You're more vulnerable to financial emergencies later in life. 3. You'll probably have to work a lot longer and have more financial stress along the way. Fortunately, a lot of those hardships can be avoided by making a commitment to invest a percentage of what you earn. There are many different types of investments, including stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and real estate. While the strategies behind these investments go beyond the scope of this video, the most important thing is that you learn how to invest and then follow through with it consistently. A good place to start is by researching the different types of retirement accounts, like a 401k, traditional IRA, and Roth IRA. Once you identify the ones that make sense for you, then research the different types of investments you can put inside them, such as mutual funds, ETFs, bonds, and more. The beautiful thing about investing is a concept called compound interest, which acts like a snowball. The amount you choose to invest up front, called the principal, is the snowball itself. The interest payments you earn are like the new snow that gets added to the snowball as it begins to roll. As the interest accumulates, it makes your principal amount bigger, meaning your account balance can grow on its own as long as you keep reinvesting the interest. Each time you receive a new interest payment, it gets calculated based on your initial principal, plus all the prior interest you already earned. This means your interest payments can get bigger and bigger, growing your wealth over the long term, all without having to work any longer or harder. Pretty cool, right? Habit number 5, having the wrong mindset. If you want to create a better life today and a better future for your later years, you'll have to shake off negative ways of thinking. This includes limiting thoughts like, there isn't enough money to go around, or I'll never be able to afford it. Look at the differences of a poverty mindset versus a wealth mindset. The poverty mindset can be identified by the following traits. It focuses only on present circumstances and obstacles. It believes money is hard to earn and that only rich people have it. It prioritizes staying in your comfort zone and avoiding any chance of failure. On the other hand, the wealth mindset operates in the opposite direction. It focuses on long-term goals and possibilities. It believes money is abundant and that there's enough for everyone, including you. It prioritizes learning and growing and sees failure as a lesson that can lead to success. Believe it or not, all the knowledge, tools, and opportunities to improve your financial life already exist, but the poverty mindset keeps you blind to seeing them. That's because we usually notice the things that our minds are conditioned to pay attention to. So, learn to expand your worldview of what's possible by focusing on opportunities to win with money. And if you can't find any, always remember that you can create them. To summarize what we went over in today's video, the 5 habits that keep you poor are: ignoring the importance of having a budget, getting too comfortable with debt, increasing your standard of living too quickly, ignoring the importance of investing, and having the wrong mindset. On the other hand, here are 5 good habits you can develop to replace the bad ones. Create a budget and spend less than you make each month. Pay off your debts as quickly as you can. Avoid lifestyle inflation. Invest a portion of your income each month. And build a wealth mindset. It will give you the confidence you need to succeed. If you enjoyed this video and think it could help someone else, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more videos like this one. See you next time.